Hi, this is Jay Norris, author of the new book, Mastering Trade Selection and Management. That'll be in bookstores in the spring. I'm also the host of Live Market Exercise at Clovernest.com. A lot of fun doing that. Before we get into the charts, I need to point out that trading involves substantial risk of loss and is definitely not suitable for all investors. The charts we're looking at are real-time market snapshots and may not be replicated going forward. First market we're looking at will be the Australian U.S. dollar. There she blows. Aussie USD, look, big shift up on the daily here. I love seeing that because I was hoping for a correction on this guy because it's one big bad bull market, and if I love that par, I'm gonna love it more down here at 98 or even 95. But you can't trade on hope. We didn't get the correction. Now you're back on the upside. So I think things are swinging back in line for the majors. Look at that. The monthly's up, the weekly's up, the daily's up, and that's big, people. So I think you got a lot of upside in this pair. Next market, Euro US dollar. Hey, no matter what people say about the euro, this and that, and all the banking problems and blah, 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 I'm going to tell you what, the daily's shifting in line with the weekly. And we know what that means. And look at that. You're climbing above. Here, let me drop down to the 240. I'll show you that bear. That bear channel I was concerned about yesterday was still in it. Not quite in it anymore. This guy's set up with the weekly higher, the daily higher. You're coming out of that this bear channel, which could prove to be a pretty big bull flag. You're setting up for a Friday short covering rally of probably pretty good potential proportion. So watch that. Pound US dollar. We commented on the pound yesterday how they really just bludgeoned the thing early on, midway through the London session, but then it came back pretty good in the London session, and that was definitely a tell. That was definitely a hint, and now you have strength today. Here's another one, weekly up, daily up, 240 up. That's very, very powerful. You take out that monthly level, look out above. It's very exciting because when all the markets are aligned, that's when you get the biggest moves. All right, I will take a look at the CAD briefly. It's been very boring. Put a little pin doji in today. Just not much to look at. 98 to figure. Can't bust through it. I thought you'd see 95, but you're not going to get there. Hey, bottom line, monthly's down, weekly's down, daily's down. End of story. Chief next. Dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss rolled over early in the week, and we said that's that. We kind of walked away from it. And I'm happy we did because we found we're having a lot of fun with the yen pairs, actually. But when a market's going one way, that's great when it's all lined up. But when you get a shift, as you had here, you had a shift on the 240 early in the week, and then we were just off this guy. We like them when they're aligned. We don't like them when they're counter trend. Now you're getting aligned on the downside. The daily's down, the weekly's down. So you're getting all lined up going the other way. So we won't mind the short side. But I'm more of a bull, not a bear. Excuse me, next market, dollar yen, our good friend the dollar yen. Here's the big question. My friend Paulo asked me, he said, Jay, you think if these yen pairs go, that the dollar yen will go with them? We were referring to a breakout on the upside of the yen pairs. And automatically I said, yeah, I think it will go with them. But one thing I have to remember is that relationships can change, but behavior generally doesn't. So, the jury's out. I think you are in the process of putting in a big wide bottom here in this pair. I think it's telling that it's holding that daily line. So I wouldn't rule out a dollar yen moving higher from here. We'll have to see, but I'm pretty bulled up on these yen pairs. And remember, when those yen pairs, when the bull is running in the yen pairs, it's generally running in the majors too. So it's not unheard of to have this guy on the upside and the other majors on the upside. Next market, we'll take a look at the U.S. stock market. It really looks like the major currencies are going to start to play catch-up to U.S. stocks. U.S. stocks have been such a beneficiary of the weak dollar policy, the U.S. government's stealth weak dollar policy, and it looks like that's going to continue. And I'm not complaining. There you go. looking good. The U.S. stock market, another big up day on the market. You know, I was saying the other day, boy, this thing, I've been cheering on the bull. I've really been a cheerleader of this market. And I realized yesterday, this thing's come a long ways. I wouldn't mind seeing a correction. At some point, you will have a correction, but you're not going to have a correction straight away. You got to have at least 1 or 2 down days first. Generally, you're going to see a couple days in the red here before you get, well, there was a big one, came out of nowhere. But at least it had a flat top before you had it. But generally speaking, you got to have at least 1 day, down day, before you get a correction. So as long as there's nothing but green on the chart, just trail that stop along the lows. Hey, let's look at the dollar index. No, before we get to the dollar index, I want to show you a market here that we are in this market in the live market exercise. It was a lot of fun. Great week, though. I love doing the live market exercise. You really get to get in front of people and talk live markets and point out setups and signals in live markets on those intraday time frames. We're all the way down on the 15 and the 3. And that's just a lot of fun, and I think that's how you do it. But we were really focused on this guy today. Now let's look at this guy long term. Let's look at the weekly. Look at the breakout, people. Look at that. Now look at the monthly. This is big. I mean, that's just big. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, Aussie yen is my boy. Hey, let's go down to the dollar index, and we'll wrap it up. It looks like the dollar index has had its day in the sun there, but you're looking to see the majors make a move here. Well, you're still in that. There's that 50% retracement line. It got to it now. There you go. Here's the dollar index. Let me drop down to the 240, and that was kind of a bit of a line in the sand. There you go. Look, it stopped right on that 50% retracement line. I think you go to the weekly. I really do. I think you probably go to that weekly pretty quickly. Now, I can't rule out certainly we can't rule out a higher low here. You get a higher low, maybe that's significant. However, this is looking more like a bear flag here. This big correction here looks like an ABC up, doesn't it? So I would look for the full move down here. I just think the Aussie's going to run. I think those Aussie's going to run. I think Euro's going to tag along with it. So, but you know me. I just go whatever way the market wants to go, and that's how you do it as a trader. Hey, thank you very much. Again, my name is Jay Norris. I wrote Mastering the Currency Market. Come to our website, Clovernest.com. Check out the LME, Live Market Exercise, and that's free. So you come in there and check out a month's worth of that, and tell us if you like it. Hey, thank you very much. Thanks for all the emails we get. And, hey, happy Friday, everybody. You won't see me tomorrow, but check in sometime late Saturday morning. We'll do the weekly wrap-up then. Thank you very much, and everyone have a safe, happy weekend.